The fragrance world has no shortage of famous perfumes. The ones everyone talks about. The ones that dominate social media. The ones you see in almost every collection. But sometimes, the most interesting fragrances are hiding somewhere completely different. They're sitting quietly on shelves. They have beautiful bottles, incredible compositions, and somehow, they never get the attention they deserve. Today, we're counting down 10 hidden gem perfumes that are seriously underrated. From affordable summer discoveries to elegant designer creations and luxurious niche fragrances that deserve a much bigger audience. Let's begin. Santorini Sunrise by Escada. We begin with a fragrance that feels like summer in a bottle. Juicy mandarin bursts open with sparkling brightness before pink pepper adds a playful twist. Jasmine brings a soft floral glow, while creamy woods smooth everything into a warm, sun-kissed finish that feels effortlessly tropical without becoming overly sweet. The mood is island freedom. Sunny, playful, carefree. It feels like stepping onto a Greek island with nowhere to be. Bright, relaxed, and full of vacation energy, it leaves behind a cheerful trail that makes even an ordinary afternoon feel a little more like a getaway. Often found around $35 to $55, a joyful summer escape in fragrance form that brings Mediterranean sunshine surprisingly close to home. Odyssey Limoni by Armouth. From tropical sunshine to sparkling citrus, vibrant lemon and bergamot burst onto the skin with a sharp, invigorating brightness before aromatic herbs add a fresh green edge. Soft florals quietly emerge underneath, while smooth woods round everything out with a clean, polished finish that feels far more refined than its price suggests. The mood is effortless freshness, crisp, energizing, sophisticated. It feels like stepping outside on a perfectly clear morning. Easygoing enough for everyday wear, yet polished enough to make you feel instantly put together. It leaves behind a bright citrus trail that's clean without becoming predictable. Often found around $25 to $40. A quietly impressive citrus fragrance that proves sometimes the easiest scent to wear is also the hardest one to outgrow. Calyx by Clinique. Now we step away from modern trends and rediscover a true original. Grapefruit and mandarin burst open with a vivid citrus snap before juicy peach, mango, and passion flower bring a lush tropical sweetness. Jasmine adds a delicate floral touch, while green notes keep everything crisp, energetic, and wonderfully alive. The mood is unapologetic freshness, vibrant, natural, refreshing. It feels like biting into perfectly ripe fruit in a sunlit garden. Unlike fragrances that blend into today's trends, Calyx has a personality all its own, bright, unmistakable, and just unusual enough to make people wonder what they're smelling. Often found around $45 to $70, an underrated original that proves memorable fragrance doesn't need to sound like everything else. Pride Artisan Ethnique by Cythère. Now the fragrance takes a much richer turn. A warm splash of rum opens the fragrance with a boozy richness before roasted hazelnut and cinnamon bring a deliciously textured sweetness. Vanilla and cacao melt into amber and woods, creating a deep gourmand trail that's creamy, cozy, and far more sophisticated than a typical sweet fragrance. The mood is decadent comfort. Decadent, cozy, luxurious. It feels like dessert served beside a crackling fireplace. The sweetness is unmistakable, but there's enough warmth and depth underneath to keep it intriguing, revealing richer facets each time you catch it in the air. often found around $35 to $50. A hidden gourmand gem that proves an affordable fragrance can be indulgent, distinctive, and surprisingly sophisticated all at once. Twilly Eau Ginger by Hermes. From deep gourmand warmth to sparkling French elegance, sparkling ginger gives the opening a lively, almost effervescent lift, before delicate peony adds a soft floral glow. Cedar quietly anchors the composition underneath, bringing a polished warmth that keeps the fragrance crisp, modern, and unmistakably refined. The mood is playful sophistication. Radiant, playful, refined. It feels like a silk scarf caught in a spring breeze. There's a youthful energy here, but never anything overly sweet or girlish. Instead, it balances freshness and elegance in a way that feels effortlessly French and beautifully composed. Often found around $100 to $145. An understated Hermes gem that deserves to stand proudly beside the house's more celebrated creations. Fame by Paco Rabanne. Now we arrive at something much more playful. Juicy mango bursts into the opening with tropical brightness before jasmine brings a creamy floral glow. A touch of incense adds an unexpected smoky edge, while vanilla and creamy woods smooth everything into a futuristic finish that's bold, glamorous, and irresistibly distinctive. The mood is playful rebellion, bold, glamorous, addictive. It feels like walking into a room wearing something nobody else thought to try. Sweet and luminous at first, then surprisingly textured as it settles, Fame refuses to blend into the background. It has its own personality, and once you notice it, it's difficult to forget. Often found around $80 to $120. A futuristic fruity floral that deserves far more attention than it receives. Ange by Givenchy. Now the mood becomes darker and far more mysterious. Saffron and thyme create an intriguing opening before lily, ylang-ylang, and orchid reveal a rich floral heart. Vanilla and tonka bean bring a creamy sweetness underneath, while oak moss adds a shadowy depth that gives the fragrance its unmistakable character. The mood is enigmatic elegance, mysterious, elegant, captivating. It feels like entering a candlelit room where something unexpected is about to happen. Neither completely sweet nor conventionally floral, it moves between light and darkness with remarkable ease, leaving behind a sophisticated trail that feels distinctive rather than familiar. Often found around $80 to $120. A beautifully mysterious oriental floral that proves sometimes the fragrances worth remembering are the ones that refuse to fit the mold. Jardin or Cythère by Hermes. Now we leave the familiar behind and enter something truly artistic. Bright citrus opens with a sunlit freshness before pistachio introduces a subtle creamy nuttiness. Olive wood and tender grasses gradually emerge underneath, giving the composition a dry green character that feels airy, serene, and beautifully unconventional. The mood is Mediterranean escape. Sunny, serene, distinctive. It feels like wandering through a quiet garden with the sea somewhere beyond the trees. There's no obvious sweetness to chase, and it never settles into a predictable citrus pattern. Instead, every element paints part of its own landscape, creating something wonderfully difficult to compare. Often found around $110 to $160. An artistic Hermes creation that proves the most fascinating fragrances are sometimes the ones that refuse to fit neatly into a category. Perles de Lalique by Lalique. Now comes the hidden gem that deserves to be rediscovered. Rose opens with a delicate elegance before pepper adds a subtle spark, giving the floral heart an intriguing edge. Iris softens the composition with a powdery touch, while patchouli, bourbon vetiver, and cashmere wood create a smooth, earthy depth that feels polished and quietly luxurious. The mood is understated allure. Polished, sensual, luxurious. It feels like discovering a beautiful piece of jewelry tucked away in an antique drawer. Nothing about it screams for attention. Instead, its character slowly reveals itself, leaving behind a refined trail that feels far more expensive than its price suggests. Often found around $35 to $60. A beautifully overlooked Lalique gem that proves sophistication doesn't always come with a luxury price tag. Royal Princess Oud by Creed. And finally, the hidden luxury almost nobody talks about enough. Rose and violet create a graceful floral opening before powdery iris adds an unmistakably refined touch. Patchouli and vanilla bring warmth beneath the surface, while oud, sandalwood, and amber slowly deepen the composition into something velvety, regal, and beautifully composed. The mood is quiet grandeur, regal, velvety, refined. It feels like luxury spoken in a whisper. Rather than letting the oud dominate, it sits elegantly within the composition, creating a soft, sophisticated aura that follows the wearer instead of filling the entire room. Often found around $350 to $600, a quietly magnificent Creed creation that reminds us that the most luxurious perfumes aren't always the ones demanding the most attention. And there you have it, 10 hidden gem perfumes that are seriously underrated. From affordable summer discoveries, to forgotten designer treasures, to niche creations that deserve far more recognition. These are the fragrances that remind us, popularity doesn't always equal quality. Sometimes, the perfume everyone is overlooking is exactly the one you should be wearing. Now tell me, which underrated perfume do you think deserves much more attention? And which hidden gem would you add to this list? If you love discovering forgotten fragrances, affordable treasures, and perfumes that fly completely under the radar, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Because sometimes, the best fragrance in your collection is the one nobody else has discovered yet.